last one is ours. Yeah, what is the difference? Yeah, maybe you know better the wayang India rather than our own traditional culture. Next. Okay, as you see, do you know this? Who are they? Yeah, it is the Ponokawan. Yeah, they are called Ponokawan, Semar, Gareng, Petro, and Bagong. Yeah, it is one of the stories of the Mahabharata. Yeah, and it is also one of the what is it? The main character in a Mahabharata story. Okay, next. Well, why we have to talk about this? Yeah, because there are some issues background related to our responsibility to conserve our ancestors' cultural heritages, which are very valuable, yeah, for us. Firstly, needs analysis consists of wants, lacks, necessities of regional, national, global demands on such heritages conservations. You know that especially wayang, yeah, has been admitted by the UNESCO since 2003 as one of the world miracle. Yeah. What about us? Especially the young generation. No, right? Yeah, that is our responsibility, yeah, to realize our young generations through education. Since we are language teachers, yeah, since we are language teachers, I think it is our responsibility to conserve our own traditional cultural heritages. The second was the demands on developing learners' moral values, cognitive, and skills. We know that the three domains of learning have been so far, becoming our basic way to teach. You know that wayang orang contains lots of moral values. Why we do not use wayang as one of the basic of our teachings? While, you know, in our language curriculum, moral values are demanded to develop, yeah, or to actualize for our teaching and learning process. The third, global knowledge demands on exploring learners' cognitive knowledge dimensions, such as I commonly use the abbreviation VCPM. Yeah, it is a abbreviation from factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive, involving the lots and the HOTS capacities. You know the lots? It is the abbreviation of low order thinking skills, and the HOTS, what is it? Higher order thinking skills. You know that today's language, I think not only language learning, yeah, but also at any educational learning, we have been demanded, yeah, so far to to develop the students not only lots but HOTS capacities. You know, so far many teachers, yeah, it is admitted or not, many teachers still only develop the lots rather than the HOTS capacities. Yeah. It is important for we for us, to develop the students' HOTS capacities, the higher order thinking skills capacities. The next is the global demands on the learner's language integrated mastery, language in use mastery. No more in usage. Do you know the difference between language in use and in usage? In use means the language for direct communication, both in written and spoken. What about usage? Usage is learning about language. That's a different. Yeah. Learning about language and learning language. Learning language means language for communication, both in written and spoken way. No more in usage. The next is the global demands on the language users integrated skills mastery. Yeah, what is integrated skills? We are going to talk about it later on. Okay, and then the research findings reveal that the education stakeholders have not significantly paid attention much more to use wayang as the media of teaching. Audience, ladies and gentlemen, they are the issues background why we have to talk, we have to consider, to discuss about it. Next, Pak Dang. Okay, to discuss deeper about wayang, it is better when we talk about the what, the why, and the how of wayang itself. Here, I focus on the Japanese, as the as the material of our discussion today. Why not the other? Actually, it can be, but it focuses the Japanese because of the available time. What is wayang? Especially the Japanese. Wayang is one of the Indonesian cultural heritages. Besides traditional clothing, food, ceremonies, arts, buildings, weapons, music, performances, songs, legends, and folk tales. They are our traditional cultural heritages. And then there are several types of wayang, such as wayang wong, human puppets, wayang kulit or leather puppets, wayang kule, dolly puppets, and then wayang mena. You know, mena is Mena is a kind of the noble bird wayang. It is wayang which tells about the biography of a certain noble birth human in Java. And then wayang klite, wayang klite, it is a kind of wayang made of iron. It is very small iron with it is moved using magnet, using magnet. That is wayang klite. Wayang beber, it is a kind of wayang where the dalang performs the wayang by beber. Beber means spread of the characters. It is in the form of pictures. And then wayang suket, Similarly to the name wayang suket, is made of suket, suket grass. Formally, it is commonly performed in the traditional parties or anniversary. Yeah, it is wayang. Yeah, wayang is commonly performed in the traditional parties or anniversary. It is story is commonly addressed to convey certain messages to spectators or public. It contains moral values. Certain stories, such as Murwokolo, is believed to avoid magical attacks. Yeah, or others. Next, the why. Yeah, yeah. Why wayang? It needs conservation for being worried to be extinct. Yeah. Next, what about if you share all? Again, it has been recognized by the UNESCO. And then next, yeah, its stories are matched to actualize all of teaching needs to explore the learner's knowledge dimensions, attitude, and integrated language skills. And once more again, Pak Dang, yeah, number 3, it is interesting and matched as a joyful learning. Next, why wayang, and then how. How to benefit wayang stories. Use it as the media of teaching by, firstly, accessing wayang stories of Mahabharata and or Ramayana from any interesting sources. Then selecting the most suitable stories with the language learning objective being achieved, embedding the selected stories into the language teaching program, such as lesson plan, worksheet, assessment sheet. Selecting the most appropriate mixed method. Yeah, for the wayang, you may use methods, mixed method, are called CLLA, Cultural Language Learning Approach, and BLM, yeah, BLM, Blended Learning Method. And then designing teaching program attractively to arouse the learner's joyful learning experiences. Jadi wayang ini kalau digunakan betul-betul kayak nonton film begitu akan membangkitkan pembelajaran, pengalaman belajar yang menyenangkan. And then carrying out the learning process by cultivating the learner's involvement in activating their taxonomic learning domains such as cognitive, affective, psychomotor, and knowledge dimensions. Next. Yeah, those are the procedure. Yeah, it is the raw text sample to discuss. Next, we are going to discuss later on after finish all of the presenters. Yeah, yeah. This is also the raw materials to discuss. It is a kind of synopsis of Persi Bisma. Yeah. Next. And then procedure to employ. How is the procedure to employ? You may refer to the core competence available in the syllabus. So you may use your syllabus and please take the core competence and put it in your teaching program. The basic competencies and also the learning indicators and the learning outcomes. Yeah, please, what is it? Design atau formulate ya your learning indicators, learning outcomes. Biasanya kalau core competence, basic competencies itu kalau di secondary schools dan di mana elementary schools itu have been available, provided by the government or by the MKMP ya. And then how is the procedure to employ wayang ya to teach listening, speaking in integrated way? Prepare a wayang story video which compete with the running text or subtitling, yeah, and then download it from the YouTube or many other internet resources. Manual listening or taken. You can also use manual listening, yeah, using what is it, your own lips to tell story to your class if there is not internet sources. So no worry for you who are teaching in the remote area. And then checking the learner's comprehension through oral questions. Decide the current linguistic features being focused. Yang difokuskan apa gitu ya? The focus linguistic features identification such as expressions, new unknown vocabulary, grammar structure, generic structure of narrative. That is only an example, but wayang not only used to teach narrative. Making monologue, dialogue, conversation to practice in groups or classically, practice speaking naturally. And then for reading and writing, distribute the printed or the running text or subtitling materials, get deeper comprehension on the text content. Guide the learners to get their idea or the other different linguistic features by giving the learners task to use the focused linguistic features. For example, the generic structure of narrative text, reports, text, etc. To create the paragraphs or through the provided clues for the lower level learner. Especially kalau ngajar di lower level study, you have to give the clues for your students, to help them in understanding all of the given materials. Next. Okay. Nah, come to the conclusion then. Making use of the cultural heritages means appreciate the valuable ancestors' creations. It is the next generations who have responsibilities to conserve wayang performance as one of the cultural heritages, which stories contain moral values messages. Teachers are the forefront. Jadi, guru itu ada di cucuk lampah garis depan of its preservation through their learners' language learning. So, we have responsibility to participate in preserving our cultural heritages, which are very, very valuable heritages. Okay, I think that's all. We are going to discuss the raw materials after finishing the session. Thank you, Padangin.
Thank you, Bu Maya, for remarkable material. And we would like to continue our section with Bu Lulu. And the material is really interesting for you, maybe some of you who haven't married yet, because it talks about cultural ceremonies. Isn't it, Bu Lulu?
Okay, thank you, Padangin.
Okay, Bu Lulu, you have, wait a minute. You have 2 minutes to prepare your material. While you are preparing, I would like to share about the rule of games for this section. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, Bu Lulu, time is yours. Thank you.
Oh, you wanna announce about rule of the game?
Rule of the game maybe after you is fine, because
Okay.
I believe all of the participants, they are following us now. So after this, don't miss about the rule of games. It's related to the poll and also the e-certificate. So just stay tuned. Okay, Bu Lulu, time is yours.
Thank you, Padangin. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining the fourth webinar PBI UMBY today. We're glad that you are still on in this sport, and I'm so honored to be here among the beautiful participant, lovely speaker, and also lovely moderator. Thank you, and also what insightful and enlightenment presentation and materials have been presented by Bumaya. Thank you, Bumaya. And then, well, in this session, I would like to share a little bit experience about the teaching and learning process. I do assure that all master in teaching learning method or perhaps curriculum, strategies, technique, or etc. So in this session, let's learn together. Hopefully you'll get the new knowledge, yeah, for what I'm going to present today. Yes, as you know that Bu Maya say about conserving the cultural heritages. So many cultural heritages that have been introduced to the society, especially our students as well. As a teacher, yeah, it's our responsibility. I do agree with Bu Maya said. And so many kind of what is that? Cultural ceremonies, yeah. Uh, Also so many cultural heritage kind of arts, a kind of performances, building, food, or perhaps ceremonies. And today I would like to present about fostering Java cultural ceremonies by incorporating integrated skill into the classroom. Okay, well, sorry. Okay, this one. Do you know those pictures actually? Well, before you go to the www.menti.com, I would like to share you each picture that I shared to you. The first one is the picture of Grebek. What is Grebek? Uh, I don't know. The partisan in this board from Yogyakarta or not, but if from Yogyakarta, it is familiar to you, yeah. Gerbek is one of the important ceremony that held by Palace Yogyakarta, and it symbol that sultans present to the people. It's held every years. It's a kind of one important ceremonies that held in Yogyakarta. And the next one is this one is siraman. Actually, there are so many siraman, but then I will tell about this one. This is siraman for mitonia, and actually there is siraman for the bread before a wedding. It's a symbol of cleaning the body and cleaning the soul. Yeah, and also this one, the ceremony is called tedak sitan. It's a symbol to the child that ready to walk to the ground, face the world, yeah, face to solve the problem. That's called tidak sitan. And also this one, this is kind of a wood, yeah. This is kind of wood that uh, prepare, sorry, kind of food that serve in a mitoni. Mitoni is the symbol of celebrating 7 months of pregnancy. And then the last one is, what is that? Sedekah laut. Yes, it's symbol uh, from the people being grateful to the God what God give to the people, and then they send some present to the God through the sea. Yeah. Okay, this one. Okay. So before we jump to the next slide, please go to www.menti.com with the code 327220. Yeah. Do you get the question there? Yeah. Could you please, I give you 1 minute to answer question there. Okay. Sorry. Hello. Okay, this one. What do you think as a teacher about integrated skill in English teaching learning for fostering Java cultural ceremonies? Is there any idea about that? Perhaps you are a teacher or a future teacher. Do you have any idea as a teacher or future teacher about integrated skill in English teaching learning for fostering Java cultural ceremonies? Sepertinya tidak ada yang mau menjawab. I don't know. Okay, well, let's skip it. Okay, the next is, do you perform integrated skill in English teaching learning process? Ya, nggak ada yang mau menjawab ini. Halo?
Some of them are answering your question on the chat box, Bu Lulu.
Oh, the chat box.
So
Not
maybe you can guide them by
okay.
them to
Okay, you
access
can.
menti.com first.
Okay, you can answer this question by going to www.menti.com and use the code ya. Jadi kalian semua bisa masuk ke www.menti.com ya. Di sini masukkan code-nya, kemudian bisa menjawab di situ. Oke, coba saya lihat di chat box-nya saja ya. Where are the chat box? Okay, not yet, not yet. The link is broken. Sure.
What is the passcode, Ibu?
Passcode, yes.
What is the passcode? Maybe you
This
can
one. Wait for a while.
remind them again.
This one, the passcode.
32, 72, and 20.
Yeah, thank you, Padan. It's okay. Just skip it. Okay, well, I assume that you haven't any idea about this one. Okay, well, yes. Do you perform integrated skill in English teaching learning process? I assume that you already have any experience about it. And I just want to remind you about integrated skill in English teaching learning process. Let's jump to the next slide. This is integrated skill, yeah. Yeah, I just remind you what is the integrated skill. Integrated skill is what is that? The mind skill, the four mind skill: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Talking about teaching learning process, also talking about input and output. So that's why an integrated skill divided into two parts: receptive skill and productive skill. In receptive skill, that is listening and reading as input, yeah, and productive skill as output, which is speaking and writing. So if you have listening activities as input, you must be create a speaking activities or writing activities as output. Begitu juga, if you want to have reading activities as input, you also have the output activitiesnya as well, yaitu writing activities or speaking activities. Talking about teaching learning process, do not forget about the component of a teaching learning process. What learning objective that you want to achieve during the teaching learning process? It could be vocabularies, yeah. It could be pronunciation. It could be language expression or perhaps grammar. So ini praktikal semua ya dari materinya Bu Maya sebelumnya secara teori how to conserve the cultural heritage through what is that? Teaching through language learning. Sekarang saya masukkan ke dalam pengajarannya seperti apa. Well, I take the example from grade 9, grade 9, Unira High School. And then I take basic competence, number 46961 and 46.2. This is focus on, what is that? Information report text, analyzing or elaborating information report text, and also creating information text in written or spoken, ya. And also I take Bloom's taxonomy. Kenapa? Because I just want to set up the learning objective using a cognitive development level. As you know that I do understand that you you familiar with this one, C1 until C6 ya. From remember C1, understand C2, apply C3, analyze C4, evaluate C5, and create C6. So in this occasion, it really helped me to plan and deliver appropriate instruction, and also help me to design valid assessment tasks, valid assessment strategies, technique, method, and also ensure that instruction and assessment are aligned with the learning objective, basic competence as well. Yeah. This one. This is the example of learning objective using the cognitive development level, yeah, using C1 until C6. I use listening activities as the input, yeah. With the learning objective using C1 and C2, students are able to define and elaborate information report text by listening or by watching the video of cultural ceremonies, ya. Jadi saya masukkan video cultural ceremonies ke dalam C1, C2-nya. In this session, I do expect that a student can learn, ya, language expression, pronunciation, new vocabulary, and etc. I have an input and also I have to have an output. Outputnya adalah speaking activities. In speaking activities, I design the learning objective using C3 or C4. In C3 or C4, the learning objective is students are able to demonstrate or express their ideas about the information report text of cultural ceremonies. Jadi sudah mulai tuh tadi dia dengerin dan kemudian mulai express their idea using an appropriate language expression, pronunciation, and new vocabularies. After that, I have listening activities also as input, also reading activities as input as well. Using C1 or C2, students are able to define and elaborate information report text by reading a textnya. Tadi kalau Bu Maya menggunakan teks naratif ya, nah ini bisa depend on the basic competence or depend on the level of your students. Mau pakai yang mana itu teksnya ya. Kemudian in this session, the student can analyze
pada saat dia cerita ya, kemudian orang tua ajarkan, oke, kalau gitu tarik
passive voice or bla bla bla. Ini it could be passive voice, simple present, apa terserah, itu based on the basic competence as well, and then the students need. And then also the last one is writing as the output activities. Yeah, students are able to conclude or create the text, yeah, by using an appropriate generic structure, using language focus, and then using present tense and blah blah blah. Okay, this is one of the example listening and speaking activities using integrated skill. Listening is the input, speaking is the output. Jadi ada input, pasti harus ada output. Outputnya apa? Inputnya di sini, student watch a video, watch a video while listening the content of the video ya. Nih, let me play the video ya. I give an example of video dengan pace yang berbeda-beda. Yang pertama yang ini.
Hi everyone. As we all know that Indonesia is spread out from Sabang to Merauke and consists of more than 13,400 islands.
Oh,
and each of the islands.
Sorry, ini nggak bisa ini ya.
Okay, Bu Lulu, I'm so sorry. You still have 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes ya. Okay, thank you.
Padang. Okay, thank you Padang. Okay, well, you can create your own video by yourself ya. Kalau saya bikin video bukan recreate, bukan bikin sendiri, recreate. Jadi saya download video from YouTube and then I edit it. And then I make two video with the different pace ya. Yang satu pace-nya biasa saja, yang satu pace-nya cepat. Jadi kalian bisa menyesuaikan kemampuan si siswa ya. Jadi kalian bisa membuat video sendiri using Screencast-O-Matic and blah blah blah. Okay, and then the next is after having listening activities as the input, you will have the speaking activities as the output. Contohnya di sini, what do you know about this video? Setelah melihat video tadi tentang mitoni tadi ya, kemudian mereka belajar tentang language expression, new vocabulary, language focus, mereka langsung fokus ke students communicate or express their idea using an appropriate language expression, kemudian bla bla bla. Di depan kelas mereka bisa, atau karena during this pandemic ya, siswa di rumah mau nggak mau, so you can ask your student to record ya their speaking skill using voice recorder atau mungkin Screencastify on other devices that help them to know their skill ya, to assess them as well ya. Jadi mereka bisa kirim hasil recording mereka ke WA ya, ke WhatsApp group kelas. Okay, and then the next is reading and writing activities, reading as the input and writing as the output. Readingnya tadi sepertinya Bu Maya belajar bahwa di reading they read and they analyze ya, the generic structure, new vocabulary, language focus ya, and then how to mind map their ideas ya, seperti itu. Setelah reading as the input, writing outputnya, student create the information report text, karena tadi kita ngomongin information report text, create information report text using an appropriate language focus and generic structure. Okay, this is kind of integrated skill activities, and then you have to decide which one is input, which one is output. And then you have to decide the learning objectives as well to help you to achieve the end of the class ya. So the conclusion is teachers should introduce the cultural heritage to the student to conserve our cultural heritage. It's our responsibility ya, maintaining our cultural heritages ya. Not only for the Indonesia but also the world ya. And then also cognitive development level must be considered to create the material to achieve the learning objective. As I said before, that it help me ya, especially me, to to set the plan, to set the learning objective. And then the learning objective should describe what students should know or be able to at the end of the class that they couldn't do before ya. So you have the perspective ya, gambaran apa aja sih kayak gitu. Kemudian integrated skill by combining the receptive and productive skill provide an effective communication to make the situation as authentic as possible inside the classroom. Jadi kenapa tadi saya bilang videonya tentang mitoni, karena mitoni sudah familiar di lingkungan mereka. Mereka paham alurnya seperti apa. Jadi gampang memahami alur si video, gampang memahami alur teksnya seperti apa, memahami language expression-nya, mungkin ada new vocabulary dan sebagainya. Jadi belajar memakai local cultural heritage yang ada di sekeliling kita. Oke, thank you so much. Saya kembalikan ke Pak Dangin. Monggo Pak.
Thank you Bu Lulu. Wow, I wish I could be your student ya. Saya kayaknya pengen jadi siswanya Bu Lulu deh kalau kayak gini materinya. Sayang saya sudah beranjak dewasa ya. Okay, for the next, before we continue our topic, next topic, I'd like to share the rule of games because I'm so sorry I forget to share it. This one. Okay, the first one, I think 1, 2 is about easy, yeah. Number 3, you should you should mute your mic, and then number 4 because it's almost the last.
Gelap situ, jangan dari kita.
Oh yeah, okay, Bu Maya. I'll mute you. Okay. Number 4 because going to be the last session. I mean, the last speaker. So I wish or I hope you join all of section. And then number 5, maybe some of you are wondering about this. Yang bertanya-tanya ya, link sertifikatnya di mana? Ya, after this, ya, after all section, in the last section, I mean after Q&A section, you will have a polling system. Nanti saya akan membagikan linknya. Disinilah Anda akan mendapatkan link untuk mendapatkan sertifikatnya atau mengisi tentang sertifikatnya. Oke, yang selanjutnya adalah di sini akan ada 2 sesi Q&A. Yang pertama, itu sesi pertama akan diambil dari chat box. Jadi Bapak-bapak atau Ibu-ibu, silahkan jika ada pertanyaan, jika Anda tertarik tentang topik ini, you can add your question in our chat box, and then I will choose maybe 2 or 3 questions from you. And the next session, sesi 2, itu tentang pertanyaan live. Nah, jadi you just give reaction, thumb up, and then I will choose maybe 2 or 3 of you. And the next is about PowerPoint file. It will be sent after the section. And for the next webinar or the next update, you can follow us in our Instagram or Facebook account. Okay, let's move to the next section. I mean, the next speaker. It's gonna be funny because I know the speaker is Bu Elisa. Are you ready? Hello, Bu Elisa.
Hello, Padangin.
Yeah, Bu
I'm
Elisa.
ready now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for your material. It's gonna be fun for me,
Yeah.
hopefully. Okay, Bu Elisa, you have 20 minutes, and start from now. Time is yours.
Yeah, wait for a moment. I think I lost my video here, so I'm afraid that you cannot see my face. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Yeah, I hope that everybody is doing great. And in this session, later on, I would like to highlight more, underline more about what already been presented by the previous 2 speakers. May I know what your backgrounds are? Are you language teachers already or still teachers candidates? Probably you can also respond to my questions by chat box to see how I should greet you with Bapak Ibu or teman-teman or Mbak Mas. University student. Okay. Mas Parbata ya, a teacher candidate. Okay. All right. So here I would like to share my presentation as well. Mbak Mas, okay. Wait a moment. Oh. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, Bapak Ibu, Mas Mbak, or I can say teman-teman here, I would like to bring you to the next, still in the same topic about cultural heritage, but here I would like to insert the local wisdom in teaching integrated language skills through blended learning method. Okay, so as you can see here, Indonesia has many cultural heritages, as like Bu Maya
stated before, like performance, arts, housing or buildings, and then ceremonies, clothing, and many things, right? But here I would like to bring you here. What can you see here in my PPT? Oh, unfortunately, I cannot see the chat box. Yes, they are houses, especially the local houses in Yogyakarta, Central Java, and also East Java. Okay, do you recognize all of the types of these houses? Yeah, this one, I think this is very familiar for you. Padangin, do you know what it is called, Padangin? Because you are also from Java, right? Hello, Padangin.
I'm so sorry. It's been delayed, Bu. Could you please repeat once more?
Okay, I just want to test you whether you are truly Javanese or not. What is the name of this
Okay.
type of this house?
Huh? I can't hear you, Miss L.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think the participants. Okay, thank you, Pak Dangi. That's okay. But I think the
I'm
participants
so
here
sorry.
have already mentioned what is it correctly. Some say yes, it is joglo, limasan, and what else? Yes, this is called joglo, ladies and gentlemen. And then usually it is built by the, I can say ningrat ya in Javanese, which is well, and also yeah, from the higher social status. And then the next one, it is called rumah tajuk. Anyway, probably if you come from East Java, especially the Mak, yes, you can see the architect of the Mak mosque will be like this. This is called tajuk, which is like tumpang. Do you know tumpang? I'm so sorry. I present here as a Javanese, but you do not need to worry. Later on, you can also customize your local culture. If you come from Kalimantan probably, or you come from Sumatra, you also can adjust with your own local culture. So this is called rumah tajuk, in which it is like tumpang. Tumpang is, if you are familiar with gunungan, so the shape is like that. Usually it is built for kind of mosque or another sacred ceremonies. Karena ini mempresentasikan apa ya, gunungan itu dekat dengan dewa seperti itu. And then the next one, it is called Rumah Panggang P. I think you have ever seen this. If you go to kind of resepsi mantenan, so you can see this kind of thing, Rumah Panggang P. Long time ago, it was used to, how do you call it? Panggang. Panggang means menjemur. Menjemur. P, it means PP, you know? So panggang PP it means menjemur komoditas, hasil komoditas seperti padi, kemudian hasil-hasil dari pertanian. And another one, it is also another type of joglo anyway, but it is more traditional. And then this is called rumah kampung. Nah, rumah kampung ini levelnya lebih rendah dari joglo, karena joglo itu biasanya dibangun oleh orang-orang yang memiliki apa ya, higher social status. And the last one, it is called limasan. Nah, limasan ini untuk the moderate one. Okay, so why today I'm talking about this? Because later on I would like to guide you to go to the next session by going to menti.com. Hopefully it can be accessed. 1 minute only to think. I just want you to identify what the local cultures, especially the names of the local houses in your own region or in your own hometown. I would like to give you only 1 minute. Please go to dementi.com and use the code 230952. Please. If you cannot access for the menti.com, that is okay. You can also answer it by or respond it by chat box. I will see it from the chat box. Ah, Joglo Limasan. So I'm sure you come from Java. Probably anyone here coming from another island. Adat Lamin House. Oh, Adat Lamin House. Where is it anyway? Ini dari mana nih? Adat Lamin House. Anything else? Okay, let me see from the chat box. Probably some of you also figure it out by chat box. Oh, it is from Balikpapan. It's Kalimantan. Wow, I just know it. Yeah, only 2 participants participating in this what is it, Menti here. I don't know the others, but later on I just want you to be able to identify your own culture. That's the point anyway. Okay. Baileo, Maluku. All right, what else? Okay, Bayi Leo, that's from Lampung, is it? Or another region? Okay, I think 1 minute is over already. Okay, thank you for the responses, ladies and gentlemen. And now I would like to come back with this. Yeah, I think you have already got the clue here. So we would like to dig up a text to teach integrated skills here. Previously, Bu Maya has already told about wayang, and then Bu Lulu also already shared us with the Mitoni ceremony. But here I'd like to give another example from the thing, which is house, local house. And in this case, it is joglo. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to read this text for about a minute, or just see it at glance. What joglo traditional house is. Do you find a new information from this text? Yeah, so joglo here is basically divided into 2 parts. The front part, which is called pendopo, and also dalam. Jadi kalau pendopo itu biasanya digunakan untuk kumpul-kumpul, playroom, bermain bersama. But dalam here it is more private, Yang biasanya di dalamnya terdapat 3 ruangan itu ya, or it is called sentong kalau dalam bahasa Jawa. Sentong pertama untuk menyimpan lumbung padi, sentong kedua untuk menyimpan gerabah, yang ketiga yang biasanya di tengah itu untuk ruang tidur biasanya. But right now, Joglo has already been modernized. Usually people use it for conference atau bangunan-bangunan lain yang itu sudah dimodernisasi. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think you have already got the clue before that this kind of text which is provided here belongs to descriptive text. So you can teach your students by using this text for teaching descriptive, all right? But what can you teach from the text? Kalau itu sudah teridentifikasi bahwa itu adalah descriptive text, so what can you teach from it? Nanti bisa di komen lewat chat box ya. Oke. Yes. Firstly, why it doesn't appear? Wait. This one. So what can you teach from the text? You can teach skills and also components or language components themselves. I think Bu Lulu also has already highlighted about this. So you can teach listening, you can teach speaking, reading, writing, vocabularies, pronunciation, grammar, language expression from the text. But here later on, I would like to share to you about the technique of teaching. One of the techniques in teaching, which is called top-down teaching. Here I adapt from Jeremy Harmer's theory. Okay, there are 2 kinds of teaching techniques, top-down and bottom-up. But here we would like to introduce you to the top-down teaching, in which the text that you share to your students or the text that you give to the students will be the input for the students. So your students will be, will have the experience first, will have the, intake first, insight first about the text that they are going to learn. Okay, and then what is the role of the teacher? The teacher here will facilitate them to explore the text. Okay, so the teacher here will be a facilitator for them to dig up more what to find out or what can be explored from the text, and the learning objectives can be driven from the basic competence chosen as well. So the teacher or teacher candidates, you have the role here. You are the main role of your teaching and learning process. For example, here, I would like to give you from the curriculum that I take from grade 7 junior high school. If you see the KD or kompetensi dasar, basic competence, you can see 4.7.1 and 4.7.2, in which, if you read the content of the basic competences, they are similar, they are the same, right? Only the different from the word menangkap and menyusun. Okay, so the word menangkap here, it means your students will get something. So it's going to lead to the receptive skills, listening or reading. And then menyusun is something producing. So you produce something, you produce a product, you produce an output, I mean the students. Okay, so it will lead to the speaking or writing. So later you can integrate these skills with this kind of pattern: listening, speaking, reading, writing, listening, writing, or reading, speaking. And it depends on your learning objectives. Why it should be like this? Because later on you can combine the receptive and the productive one. So the students receive something and they will also produce something right after that. I think this is already clear from the previous presentation as well. And here I take the example of reading writing, and here is the examples of the learning objectives. The first, students are able to identify the text, the function, and the generic structure. Students are able to find the meaning of new vocabularies. Students are able to find the information in the text. They lead to the reading. And at last, students are able to create a descriptive text using simple present tense correctly. Remember, from the text, we also can learn about the language components. And one of them is the grammar. So later, you can teach the grammar contextually based on the text. The text that you are going to create. So here it is more effective, ladies and gentlemen, to teach the grammar contextually. Ada konteksnya, instead of in isolated way ya. Karena biasanya kalau kita cuman ngajar grammar ke siswa, tetapi ketika mereka harus nulis lagi, nulis paragraf atau passage, biasanya grammarnya salah lagi. Karena mereka belum bisa menyesuaikan dengan konteks yang ada di dalamnya. Gitu. And these are the activities. So the teacher can distribute the text about local housing, especially Joglo, the previous text to the students. And then students read the text and find the uncommon words to be figured out of the meaning. And then students identify the function of the text, structure of the text, and also the language features of the text. And this can be done collaboratively with the teacher. Here I put the situation that it is a normal class. But if it happens to this, distance learning, teachers or teachers candidates, you can adjust with the situation. And then the next one, students find the information about the text. Teacher makes use of interesting media to get the students, such as using Kahoot, quizzes, etc. Karena tadi kita coba blend pakai metode blended learning.
Sorry, Bu El.
Yes.
You still have 2 minutes, Bu El.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding, Padangin. And then the next one, students can do mind mapping to create another descriptive text. Jadi sudah diberikan modelnya, contohnya. So this is time for them to create another descriptive text. It can be in group or individually. And then students create the text about their local culture in their hometown to be promoted via blog. Nah, ini juga salah satu yang perlu kita highlight, dan itu sudah tertuang di Permendikbud juga, bahwa guru siswa itu memiliki tanggung jawab untuk mempromosikan kebudayaan Indonesia. Itu kan ada social and arts ya, ada sosial budaya seni yang juga yang harus di-insert dalam pembelajaran. Nah, ini kenapa kami saat ini ingin mempromosikan metode pembelajaran seperti itu, CLLA we call it, Cultural Language Learning Approach. Nah, kemudian teacher can check their writing text from the blog created. Jadi nanti blog yang sudah di-create sedemikian rupa oleh siswa itu bisa dicek oleh gurunya. Dan di situ their creativity also is also shown in the blog. So, in a nutshell, why we foster the teacher candidates especially to join and to follow our webinar today by using the local heritages, cultural heritages, and integrating the skills, the language skills, and also blended learning, because first students will more appreciate their own local culture. Yang saat ini sudah mulai mungkin mereka bukan lupa ya, tapi lebih mereka nggak aware. Kemudian teachers can make use their own surrounding materials, culture especially, to teach the next generations. And then the local wisdom can be always inserted to promote the Indonesian culture. And the last, kenapa ini harus di-integrate? Yes, the teaching learning time can be spent effectively by integrating the skills. Because we know that di SMP, di SMA itu sudah mulai ada pengurangan jam dan it's not going to be wise kalau misalnya kita hanya mengajarkan satu skill atau satu komponen dalam satu pertemuan. So integrating the skills, right? Okay, I think that's all, Padangin, about my presentation. Thank you so much for the time, and we can discuss anything in the discussion session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bu El. Wow, it's been nice presentation for me, maybe for all of participants today. Okay, today, right now, we are moving to the Q&A section. I'll find, three questions. There are three questions, maybe one for Bu Maya first. Yeah, Bu Maya, can you hear me? Hello, Bu Maya?
Yeah.
Okay, the question is from Bu Noviana Rustianingsih. Yeah. If in a class consists of mixed cultural students, how to explain a tradition that is different from their culture as well? That's the question, Bu Maya. You have idea? From Noviana, Bu Noviana ya, Bu Noviana Rustianingsih. Should I repeat, Bu Maya?
Yeah. I need repetition, please, Pak Dangin.
Okay.
What is the question?
Okay. If in a class consists of mixed cultural students, how to explain a tradition that is different from their...
Moment, Pak Dangin, moment. There is another voice. Okay. There is another voice. So sorry.
Okay. The question is, if in a class consists of mixed cultural students, Bu Maya, how to explain a tradition that is different from their culture as... Okay. Okay, you can deliver your idea.
Okay, critical questions. Thank you very much for Bu Noviana. That is really critical questions. What about for the students who have different cultures, right? That is the problem. That is the problem. Yeah, the most important thing here, what is it? If you join in the Japanese traditional cultural heritage learning as the media of learning, you may you may cultivate menumbuhkan new knowledge menambah new knowledge towards others traditional cultures. Ya, itu. Jadi enggak apa-apa, it's okay. Kalian bisa belajar kan begitu. Itu ada kalau di secondary schools itu kan ada muatan lokal local content itu. Ada local content itu di setiap daerah. Nah, ini merupakan sebetulnya sih satu keberuntungan bahwa kalian bisa mempelajari budaya orang lain. Kalau budaya sendiri kan sudah agak lebih tahu begitu. Nah, apa toh gunanya mempelajari budaya orang lain? Ya, selain untuk new knowledge juga to adapt others gitu. Itu ada konsep metode yang namanya multi multicultural method atau multicultural approach. Pernah dengar itu Bu Noviana? Multicultural approach itu saat ini juga itu sejak tahun 2002 itu diterapkan di sekolah, tetapi banyak juga guru yang belum menerapkan atau sudah menerapkan tetapi have not realized kalau beliau itu sudah menerapkan. Tapi kalau ini penelitian saya sendiri ya, itu banyak guru yang belum menerapkan itu. Itu saya sejak tahun 2005 yang lalu itu meneliti tentang apakah guru itu sudah menyinggung tentang cultural materials atau belum itu, dan itu banyak yang belum. Sekolah-sekolah negeri swasta dan di Jogja itu. Saya kurang tahu di luar Jawa karena pilihannya saya itu banyak di Jogja gitu. Nah, itu namanya multicultural. Nah, yang multicultural ini lebih agak ini ya, itu kalau di kelas itu masing-masing memperkenalkan budayanya gitu. Masing-masing memperkenalkan budayanya. So to understand, to deeply understand each other gitu. Jadi untuk menanamkan rasa unity and diversity. Unity and diversity Bhinneka Tunggal Ika gitu. Itu kalau CLLE sendiri ini memang mau memperkenalkan budaya tertentu kepada orang lain begitu. Nah, memang untuk orang lain itu susah, tapi saya rasa menyenangkan kan, ini sesuatu yang baru and challenging enough. Begitu, Mbak Noviana? Sudah jelas?
Okay, Bu Maya, thank you. I think it's comprehensive. I mean, yeah.
Enggak, ini dari apa? Dari jurusan bahasa Inggris atau dari jurusan lain?
Something new for.
Mungkin ada yang dari bahasa Indonesia.
I don't know Bu Maya because it's from chat. Yeah. Ini masih dari
chat.
Ini dari chat Bu Maya, so I don't know ya.
Okay,
thank you Bu Maya for comprehensive feedback. And the next we move to Bu Lulu. There is a question from Bapak Fikri ya. Is it okay or not if we ask students to read or search information about culture in Indonesian texts before learning? Because of course the students will find difficult words, bahasa Jawa, and I think those are difficult to understand. So what do you think? Thanks for the nice webinar.
Okay, thank you.
Bu Lulu, you have idea?
Yeah.
Okay, you have 3 minutes, Bu Lulu.
It's like I joined some voices. Okay, well, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the question is it okay or not if we ask students to read or search information about the culture in Indonesian text before learning? Because of course that student will find difficult word. If you are as a teacher, I suggest that you insert your own local cultural heritage first dulu. Jadi perkenalkan dulu heritage yang ada di lingkungan sekitar, begitu. Di lingkungan sekitar apa? Dan ternyata di situ ada yang tidak bisa bahasa Jawa. That's challenging for you as a teacher, right? Jadi memperkenalkan budaya baru yang tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Bu Maya ya, karena ternyata ada tuh metode multicultural ya kan. Jadi ini termasuk sebenarnya sudah terjawab oleh pertanyaan yang diberikan kepada Bu Maya, dan Bu Maya sudah menjawabnya ya Pak Dangin, sama ya, sepertinya sudah terjawab ya. Jadi ini sebagai teacher kita harus belajar banyak. It's a challenging for you how to teach them with so many local cultural heritages. Not only lokal ya, mungkin ya, bisa juga karena apalagi yang pengajar bahasa Inggris bisa mengajarkan culture dari luar juga, Western ya kan, dan sebagainya. Atau Eastern kan bukan hanya di Indonesia aja, tapi dengan yang lainnya. Jadi tetap harus boleh boleh, tetapi tetap harus ada diarahkan apa aja sih itunya, teksnya, kemudian difficult word-nya apa aja, generic structure-nya dan sebagainya yang tadi saya sudah jelaskan ya. Jadi ya sudah, that's challenging for you as a teacher. Thank you Pak Dangin. Kayaknya sudah tercover ya? Jawab ya Pak Dangin ya.
Okay. Thank you, Bu Lulu. Yeah, maybe it's already covered, but maybe you have another idea, right? So I find a new idea from you. Thank you, Bu Lulu. Okay, now we move to the next question. It's from Bu Arum Puspitasari, yeah, no, J Harum. Blah blah blah. Wow, it's long question, Bu El. Maybe I will read the specific question. Okay. Aside from the lot of local or national heritage materials, do you think students still need to learn culture from English-speaking country as well? If yes, what proportion or percentage we as teachers should design for the students? Wow, I think it's a great question as well. Well,
banyak sekali sih ngerti. Pertanyaannya akeh banget.
This is for me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, thank you Bu Arum Puspitasari for the nice question. Yeah, this is in line with the Education Ministry program that we also need to promote our local or national heritage to the world, by education. But what about the proportion, or what about the percentage we as the teacher should design for the students, because they also learn about English, in which it is not our language. Okay, so I think it can be 50-50. Because the culture here that we have is kind of product that we need to promote to the world. Okay, so we try to sell our own culture, which is product ya. I mean like the house, and then apa tadi, ceremony, itu kan semuanya produk dari human being kan, kebiasaan. Nah, yang kita jual ke luar. Nah, itu intinya. Tapi what about the culture from English speaking country? Perlu nggak kita juga belajar? Ya, perlu juga, karena bahasa dan budaya itu adalah dua hal yang tidak bisa dipisahkan. Nah, jadi 50-50. Dan kemudian yang perlu di-highlight juga Bapak Ibu tentang culture dalam language, terutama di English speaking country ya. Itu tidak hanya berupa produk, tetapi juga bisa berupa kalau kita belajar cross cultural understanding, nah itu kan bisa manner-nya yang kita pelajari di situ. Kebiasaannya yang kita pelajari. Jadi ya, I can say 50-50 for that. Jadi kita tidak meninggalkan budaya sendiri, tapi kita juga masih bisa catch up dengan budaya asing yang mana bahasa itu exist. I think that's it, Bu Arum. I hope it answers your question.
Okay, thank you, Bu Els. Yeah, I think it's clear enough for me. I don't know about Bu Arum, but hopefully Bu Arum can catch the point. Right now, we are moving to the live question. The next section of Q&A. So right now, if you have a question, you can give us a thumb up reaction, and then we can turn on your account. No one? We are still waiting. If you have questions, just don't hesitate yourself. Thumb up, please. Dan jangan lupa ya, sertifikatnya itu bisa didapat hanya untuk yang mengisi polling. Mengisi polling ya, bukan falling ya, falling in love. Mengisi polling di akhir section. Itu akan muncul di layar Zoom Anda. Okay, thumb up please. Kevin, you have question? If there is no question, maybe I have question to Bu Maya. Is it okay, Bu Maya? Hello? Yeah, well, we are waiting
Okay,
for
which one?
Okay, Bu Maya, nowadays we can see many teenagers, they adore K-pop so much, Bu Maya. Okay. And even in Indonesia, mostly the trending one is about boy band and etc. So
Korean culture.
do you think yeah, do you think it's a danger for us, for our culture, if hello Bu Maya, do you think it's a
Yeah.
danger for us? I mean, it's going to be dangerous for our culture if this teenager really love like K-pop or pop culture. So as a teacher or as a parent, maybe, because all of us is candidate or already parents. So what do you suggest for us?
Okay. What is the main point? How to what is it? How to solve such problem? You mean?
Yeah, problem solving can be or your perspective about this issue.
Okay, that is a reality, right? That's the current reality that our young generations, yeah, moreover the teenagers, love better or prefer K-pop rather than our own cultures. That is the responsibility of the previous generations to invite or to force within the apostrophe, yeah, to force our young generations to be back, yeah, to our own cultures, yeah, to watch or to access foreigners. I mean, foreign cultures is not bad, yeah, to add or to make their knowledge, their new knowledge better. If they then leave their own cultures, that is very dangerous, as you said. Our responsibilities as teachers and also as parents. You're right. You know the answers actually. Yeah, both the teachers must be hand in hand. Yeah, to invite, to force our children, our learners, yeah, to love their own cultures. Yeah, by bringing them to watch the wayang performance, for example, and then to minimize their daily watching Korean film, etc. So that is our responsibility. How is the way to solve such problem? I think that's all. Depends on the teachers and the parents hand in hand. Yeah. How is the way to contact? In at schools we have a kind of what is it? A kind of meeting, especially for teachers and parents, right? And what about if we put that in the meeting, such meeting like Bu Resto is currently attending the meetings. the SMA. Okay, I think that's all, Pak Dangin. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah, I think it's clear enough for me because yeah, when we see
So
this
the
kind of
teachers through
situation,
the teaching materials, yeah, and then asking the students to learn more about our own cultures, and for the parents, sometimes bring their children to watch the performance or to introduce other cultural heritages, yeah, to their children, yeah, to uh, making our own cultural heritages extinct. Yeah. But
okay,
that,
thank
that
you,
is
Bu Maya.
difficult, that is difficult, of course. But let's try.
Hopefully,
Okay,
yeah,
thank
Bu
you.
Maya. Yeah, good luck for us. Any else? Maybe question, live question. Come on, if you have idea in your mind, you can bring it up here. I will wait until maybe 2 minutes. If there is no question, we
Pak
can
Dangin,
end up the yeah. Yes, Bu Al.
I think I find out a participant from abroad, the international student, I
Okay.
guess, Mr. Parbata ya, Mr. Parbata
Okay.
Paudel. Where are you from, sir?
Mr. Perbata. Okay, wait minute, wait minute.
I'm actually Miss.
Hi, Mr. or Miss?
Not Mr. Miss, yeah, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
from
sorry.
Nepal. I'm currently studying at UPH, Universidad Pelita. Yeah, that's where I'm studying.
Okay. What are you doing? I mean, what do you take in UPH?
I'm my major is primary teacher
Primary
education.
teacher.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because when I tried to ask her about what is it, the local houses in Java, she didn't know because oh yeah, she is from international student, but that's okay. But Miss, what should I call you, Paudel or Parbata here?
Parbata.
Paudel.
Parbata.
Oh, Parbata. Okay. What do you think of Indonesian culture anyway?
Good question. It's like similar as Nepal. I'm from Nepal, by the way, and um, especially Bali culture because it's a Hindu. Nepal is a Hindu country, so it's mostly similar. But it's very interesting also. Like Nepal, we have a diverse culture. Here also, I find it very diverse culture, but very interesting and quite different. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Bali, yeah. So, yeah, maybe you also can, what is it? Learn more about the Balinese. But later, because you are a primary teacher, probably you also can take your own culture from Nepal, or your own region to be promoted in the teaching and learning process. It can be as well.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, okay, thank you, Bu Els. Oh, I thought it was Mr. Perbata. I'm so sorry. Oh, there is a woman. Okay, if there is no question, it's time to Pak Daniel. Are you ready about the end of the section? It's about polling section.
Okay, Pak Dangin. So, participants, would you please be ready with your smartphone or your laptop? that the polling section is going to be ready very soon. So you are supposed to fill in this poll. If not, then you're not able to get the certificate. Right. So here is the poll. There are only two questions that you should fill in. Can you see the poll, Padangin?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you recommend the next webinar of PBI UMBY? Is that
Yeah.
question?
Okay.
Okay.
Good. So this
I submitted.
also this should be filled in by the presenters as well. So
Why not?
I'm asking for your help, Ibu Maya, Ibu Elisa, Ibu Lulu, Ibu Arum back there, and Pak Dangin to fill in this poll to help us achieve 100% of attendees.
Already done, Bung
Yeah.
Daniel.
Okay. Good job, Pak Dangin. So while waiting for the participants to fulfill this poll, maybe we can kill the time by having closing remark from the guest speakers today, Padangin. Okay,
Okay.
maybe you can
Okay.
handle.
I thought it will take time for the polling, but maybe while we are waiting for the polling, I think it's gonna be really nice if every one of our speakers giving their what like conclusion or maybe statement related to our topic today or closing statement. Start from Bu L maybe. Could you please,
Yeah, thank you.
Bu L?
Thank you, Pak Danin. Yes, for my closing statement, we all know that learning a language cannot be separated by the culture. So we also need to know the target language culture without leaving our own culture. So let's promote our own culture to be internalized in the teaching and learning process for us, the teachers, and also the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu L. What about you, Bu Lulu? Are you there? Bu Lulu? Hello, Bu Lulu? Can you hear me? Oh, but Bu Lulu has problem. Maybe Bu Maya. Okay, the next is Bu Maya. Maybe. What about you, Bu Maya? We are waiting for your closing statement or sentence. Could you please unmute your
Yeah,
mic? Okay, okay.
it is late. It is late. Let's tune. Okay, thank you, Pak Dangin. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you very much for especially the audience, yeah, who have attended this forum. I do not know whether it helps your coming job, yeah, hopefully, but I hope that it will be helpful for the effort to conserve our cultural heritages. Not only Javanese, but if you are from abroad, I mean like Miss Podel, yeah, you may also insert your own cultural heritage, yeah, as the media to teach English. So I'm afraid my approach is not always addressed, yeah, to teach Javanese cultures, but also any cultures, any traditional cultures to uh, what is it, to preserve, yeah, the existence of language. That is the main points of CLLA, cultural language learning approach.
Thank you, Bu Maya.
Buruan
Well,
lagi nih.
for from what you have already mentioned, we can conclude that culture is about our identity. So the what? Um, Hello. Okay, I'm so sorry. Maybe my internet is unstable. Can you hear me, Bung Daniel?
Yes, it's clear from you.
Okay, I think it's delayed. Yeah, for me, the responsibility to conserve culture is about culture, and maybe we can spread out the culture itself to other. There is no better culture. Culture is about culture. So I'm so sorry because Pululu has problem. Maybe we can continue. Halo, Pak Daniel.
Okay, Padangin. So
Okay.
I would like to end the poll here. So there are 3 participants left who have not filled in the poll. We are sorry that the time is over for you to fill in the poll. Once again, uh, if you are not filling in this poll, then you are not able to. We are not able to send you the certificate. Okay, so that's the rule of today's webinar. In order to avoid certificate hunter, we are sorry. So, okay, I will end the poll, and I guess this webinar is almost over. Okay, now here is 12 p.m. Shall we have the photo session together, Bapak Ibu?
Okay.
Okay, so let's open the webcam, and I would like to capture. Yeah, before we do the screen capture, I would like to thank for those who have attended the webinar session today. And as many as 97% of the attendees would recommend this webinar to their friends. So thank you very much. You can give the virtual claps, clap, 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 and keep waiting for the next webinar. Okay, less is more. There from 70 something registers. Okay, then we got registrants. Yeah, we got around 40. Okay, so it's good news. Right. So in 3, 2, 1, give your widest smile. Okay, the second page. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you very much for your participation. So that's all about today's webinar, Bapak Ibu. Thank you very much, Ibu Maya, for your valuable lessons. And then Ibu Elisa, our beloved Kaprodi of Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris UMBY. And also Pak Dangin, our beloved lecturer, one of the lecturers in PBI UMBY. And Ibu Lulu, of course, we are sorry that Bu Lulu has a technical problem, and also Ibu Arum is the one in charge of the contact person who is busy back there. And I'm Daniel as the host of today. Thank you very much. And the certificate will be sent to you all, hopefully today and in 2 days. Yeah. So keep updated, keep yourself updated, keep in touch. And for the next webinar, what's gonna be the topic, Ibu L? What do you think?
Because we have already started with the blended learning method, and one of them is related to the technologies. So the next webinar, we are going to promote technologies, especially for the low tech technology. What is it? Low bandwidth technology in our teaching and learning process.
Okay.
So be
Sounds
ready for
yummy.
that.
Okay. Yeah, Bu Maya currently has just mentioned the integration of blended learning into the um, lesson English language teaching. Very good. When will it be? Oh, Miss Parbata just asking uh, when we will hold the next webinar. Just follow our Instagram and also Facebook. Yeah, so
As soon as possible.
as soon as possible. And we also thank Pak Widyatmoko from UKDW, Universitas Kristen Duta Wacana, who is also currently watching us from YouTube. Thank you, Pak Moko. Yeah, Pak Widyatmoko. And also there are some other, maybe some participants coming from different regions of Indonesia. Thank you very much for your time. And also the students of PBI UMBY who have been so loyal with us, who have been accompanying us in today's event. Okay. And this event is recorded on YouTube. So if you are about to rerun the event, then you can go to our YouTube channel, uh, official PBI UMB. Okay, so uh, there is a question I haven't filled in the polling. Can I still get the certificate? So we are sorry that the poll has been closed a few moments ago, as we would only give the poll for 5 minutes, as we also announced in the previous session. So for those who were not with us during the poll session, we are sorry, and I hope that you can still join us in the next event. Okay, so I guess that's all about today's event. Thank you very much, everyone. And you are free to leave the meeting room. Have a nice, what is this? Weekend.
Weekend.
Every day
Sorry,
it's
this is
like
not weekend.
No, this is not weekend.
This is Monday. Bye, Miss L.
Yeah. Bye, Mas
Bye. See you,
Kevin.
Kevin. See you.
Bye bye.
See you all.
Nice
Thank
right
you.
here.
Thank
For
you.
I
taking.
leave
Thank
now, okay?
you.
I will leave now.
Yes, you
Okay.
can leave.
Bye bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Yeah. Stay healthy also in this pandemic.
Thank you, Mas Kevin. You too.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Miss Elsha.
Kevin.
Bye, Miss L.
Yeah, bye bye. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for participating. Ada Mbak Ari juga.